Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including those that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David, to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua. So I'm going to give a little review on this movie Civil War, all right? And I don't have a lot of good things to say about it because it wasn't what I expected, and a lot of people are going to say that. I was in the service, so of course my anticipation of the movie, I thought it was going to be more about the military, the people fighting against each other, and whereas that was the theme of the movie, it was more about journalism, photography, and a backstory that really didn't have anything to do with the Civil War. There was very little on the Civil War. It was more about how people act and relationships and things of that nature. And that's going to come into play, but I think that people are going to act a lot different when this Civil War does come to pass, because it is written in the scriptures and we are going to go through it. Now, I'm going to try not to, spoil anything, but this is a spoiler alert, and just in case I do, say something that destroys it for you. So, I mean, this was the best scene in the movie. This guy right here, this was the most realistic, okay, because what they did, and they were being very careful, because largely Civil War is a race war, largely. You can't take race out of the Civil War. What was the Civil War about? Well, it wasn't about slavery. Yes, it was. So race plays an important factor in any Civil War, especially right here in America. So what they did is they redirected the racism. They directed the racism not so much on a black and white as they were against China. The movie was, they had made China the bad guy. So when this guy was playing his classic racist role for his scene, because he was only in one scene. And what I understand that this is actually Kirsten Dunst. I want to say Gwyneth Paltrow, but Kirsten Dunst. This is her husband, I believe, or significant other, whatever it is. And the guy that was actually supposed to play this role got sick or hurt or something. And this guy, Kirsten Dunst's husband, he stepped in. And this guy played an excellent role. See, they wrote his role, right, in with a realistic flair. I'll say that. And the way he played this role, it was as authentic as it comes, right? So that was the best part of the movie. It was only one scene, and what they did is they used this scene for the trailer, and it got everybody excited, right? This scene in the trailer made everybody go see the movie with an expectation that it was going to be like this, right? And then when it wasn't, it was a bit of a letdown. It was a bit disappointing. Actually, Leave the World Behind was actually a better movie than this, as it pertains to dealing with the subject matter of the movie. Leave the World Behind, it doesn't say anything in the title as much as Civil War. You would expect Civil War to be about a civil war, not journalism. So it didn't do it for me. They kind of skirted the issue of Civil War. They put it out there, They threw it in everybody's face, but then they made it about something different. They didn't get into the reality of civil war. So I'm just going to read Isaiah and speak a little bit about that, and then I'm going to go ahead and end it. So the movie, it didn't do it for me. Maybe I should go and watch it again and look for other things, because what I expected to see, I didn't see it, and I was disappointed. And I probably, turned my nose up at that point. So I probably need to give it another chance and look for, for more. So this is Isaiah 19, and I'm going to read a 1 through 3. All right, so, and of course I have to read Revelation before I read Isaiah. So I'll read this title first: The Burden Concerning Egypt. Now, when you understand that Egypt is a spiritual name for America, right? You got to get that first. Let's see. Skip Revelation 11. And establish that America is not known by America in the Bible. It's known as Arsareth. It's known as Babylon the Great. Okay? And you have to understand one of the greatest, what they call one of the greatest kingdoms of all the kingdoms of the earth. Okay? So it can't be omitted from the Bible. You have to understand what it's. Word spiritual right there. Anyway, Revelation 11 and 8, and their dead bodies. Whose dead bodies? The children of Israel, pursuant to Ezekiel 37, the dry bones. Their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What great city? Babylon the Great City. Okay? Which spiritually, see that word? That changes everything. Which spiritually is what? Called. Babylon the Great City, talking about America, is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And we can explain that too. But here's the point, whether you understand it or not. America is spiritually called Sodom in the Bible, where also our Lord, Yahweh Shai, was crucified, all right? So there's the proof that America is known spiritually as Egypt. So now when you read this, in the spirit, you substitute Egypt for America, the burden of America. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, which is a chariot, a war chariot, a spaceship, if you will, right? You have to read this in the spirit. And upon a swift cloud, and shall come into America, and the idols of America, right, shall be moved at his presence. What is one of the idols of America? When you come swoop down into the Statue of Liberty is an idol of America, is it not? Old Lucifer, right? The light bearer right there, showing you what this place is about. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart, the mind of the Egyptians, shall melt in the midst of it. Okay? The spirit. America has a spirit on it, right? The spirit of Lucifer, the light bearer. All right? And I will set the Americans against the Americans. What does that mean? Civil war. Okay? And they shall fight everyone against his brother. Well, who's here? Who's in America? Who are these Americans? Well, you got Edomites, you got Israelites, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. Jacob and Esau are brothers. There's your civil war. And again, and everyone against his neighbor. There's your 2/3 fighting each other. Right? Who is Jake's neighbor? Jake. That's the 2/3 fighting against each other. Right? who is going to fight the Southern Kingdom coming across the border down, those 2/3? Well, they're going to fight against the 2/3 that are here, right? That's neighbor against neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt, the spirit of America, shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, okay? Because this place is about high-level witchcraft, going back to Lucifer out there in the sitting off the water of New York out there, letting you know. This place is about witchcraft, all right? But the Most High is cutting witchcraft out right now, right? So it's going to fail in the midst thereof, all right? The spirit of Egypt is witchcraft, is it not? I shall cut off witchcraft. What is it? Micah 5:12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, Esau, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. So when this civil war comes into effect, all right, this place is going to be had, right, completely in confusion, all right, which is going to set up this civil war. So the things that we saw in this movie, right, didn't quite add up to what it says in the scriptures, and that's why I was disappointed, all right, especially at the end. You know, I'm not going to spoil it, but they just kind of, you know, it was about taking pictures and journalism, and once the journalism was complete, then the movie ended kind of unceremoniously, and that's what we were left with, right? So anyway, with that, I'm gonna end it right there. You know, the real Civil War is coming, but it's gonna be a lot different. It ain't gonna be about no damn journalism. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect are edified. Go check the movie out, and after a good while, maybe we'll do a more in-depth. So with that, we hope the elect are edified, you brothers and you sisters. Shalom.